Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 17 of Banishers. We are going to be picking up exactly where we left off, as always, which is sort of a turning point for our friend Red here. I don't know... We are going to continue to weigh each of the banishing decisions, each of the judgment decisions, reckonings, whatever they're called, as they come. But I do feel like the last episode was really a full-on commitment by Red to do whatever it takes to honor his vow to Antea. If this is your first episode, that's maybe a caution that we're well into like spoiler territory, and really have been for a good long time. So last episode we also dropped off the iron for the high quality iron for Nelly to forge our reward. Then we rested and it still wasn't done. So I guess what we're gonna do now is go off and do a haunting investigation, and she will ring us on the telly when it's done. I don't know how we're supposed to know, but I'm sure we'll be made aware. So yeah, let's head back to Fort Jericho. Okay, so we're gonna hit up the... What do you want to bet that as soon as we arrive, we're gonna get the notification that the item is done? We're not gonna come straight back either. We're gonna go all the way over here. We're gonna make something out of it. So I just want to make sure, yes, that we are in the above ground, not in the mines underneath Fort Jericho. Mitra is confirming that it's midday where they are, and they just started to wake up. I miss the days when I had a lot of opportunity to sleep in. Not that I mind getting up early. Like, I'm not... There's certainly worse things. I know some people are absolutely not morning people. I'm fine as long as I can sort of adjust the whole sleep situation to happen. Should we start picking up any of these? You know, we really should get the activity so that we... I don't know. What I'm thinking is that we could probably be doing these at the same time. I sort of like keeping our...
Spectral traces. Something's up with Helen.
Storylines clear. I'm going to come back and do this later. I really want to like focus on one thing at a time. So we're going to go do this instead. To go do a full investigation. There's hauntings, there's activities, which also have story attachments to them. But the hauntings, sorry, the activities tend to be like epilogues to the hauntings. And the hauntings...
Hunter's roster. And Theodore Shepard is overdue.
Okay, she brought this up earlier, and I hadn't known what she was talking about. Pennington's proclamation. We got that. We got that. Yeah, Captain Pennington declared and made sure that Fernando Miller was considered a free man. I didn't like taking out Pennington, but again, we're sort of making some hard decisions in terms of making sure that Antea gets what she needs. Okay, so Theodore Shepard didn't come in, and everybody else did. And Theodore Shepard has gone out in the past, we see. Okay.
Theodore Shepard. He's probably dead.
Okay, curiously, I would have expected this to lead us towards the... Oh, it is leading us towards the gates. Okay, let's take a look at our... Yeah, no, we're gonna come do this instead. I'm gonna say that we're gonna hit this activity. Part of me wants to keep the storylines separate and discrete, and part of me is also like, well, I mean, surely if this is on the way, it's got to be in a similar area. Let's see if we can do both at the same time. And if we can't, we can't. Okay, now hold on. That is the sound of a spirit orb. Somewhere. It might be on the other side. Boy, look at that. I would not want to walk around underneath that. And it's probably been there for a good long time, and yet... There it is. Got it. Boy, the sound design in this... I know it's just like... add an effect to where this item is so that the player can find it. But I like how atmospheric it is. I like this, like... And every once in a while, the music will do something a little bit eerie, and I'll stop and I'll listen. Wait, does that say... Is that something around here? Is that close by? Okay, so our activity is up here. Do we think, based on the location, is this where the doctor was?
Ready and waiting.
Is that it? I feel like we got it.
It's like this spectral nest is just waiting for my intervention.
So this, I think this is where we get nest silt, and I'd like to do that. Mitra's also saying that this happens in weekends where they're able to sleep a little bit longer, but not so much when they have plans for the next day. And I don't typically oversleep from plans either. So, I think make manifest. I tend to like flip a coin on these, so this one was right because we got the cutscene.
Reinforcements!
Okay. Whatever stopped it.
Watch out. Spectre possession. I have another in sight.
Where? Oh, so I should note that this is another, like... Make sure that red is at full health in order to do proper damage.
Great! More fun!
Shit. Shit! Okay, so now we have that... Could we stop it? Now I have to decide whether or not we want to... take a decoction, because red is not going to be... neither one of them is going to be doing very much damage now. Oh, that's Anne. She's the boss. Okay. Let's see if we can take out some of the... like, at least one of these dudes. And I can't yell. And I can't throw my thing. I think our best bet is we're going to... Yeah, no, that's going to keep happening.
Blasted pest!
I think our best bet is to charge Antea back up with regular sword swings. Even if it doesn't do damage, it should give her a chance to, like, rest and recover.
Try another one.
Okay, well, we're out of lives now. So we're back up to, like, maximum damage now. Okay, that was an interesting thing for the camera to do right there. I think I probably accidentally clicked the left mouse stick. Left bumper. Left control stick. Okay, he did not take damage there. For a second, I thought he took damage, which was... Oh, wait!
I doubt that's the last of her.
So, that was... Anne. Was
I know
Anne...
you. I can feel that something is wrong.
Sometimes I just wonder if we made the right decision.
I don't think we'll ever know the answer to that question. That's our job. That's it.
Okay, everybody relax with the dialogue here for 1 second. Was Anne the doctor? And hello to Caroluna. I don't think that she was. Not the nurse. No. Hold on. It wasn't Anne Wings, was it? Who was Anne? No! You guys! Oh, no! Oh, my God. I didn't know prior to this moment that when you blame the living, when the ghosts walk away, they sort of mist away and it looks like their particles are going up, and I thought that they still got to go on to the other place. I didn't realize that Anne then became like a specter that would hang out here and like form like nest silt or whatever. Oh, dude, that feels extremely bad. Hello to Caroluna. Caroluna, I hope your Saturday is going well. When I said Anne, can I show you guys who I was thinking of? I was thinking of... Oh, and yeah, we're not even in the right part of the world. I was thinking of... Her? No. No. Or no, it was her. Yeah, the doctor and Joffrey, the doctor who had killed the guy. Yeah, but that's Eveline. And I was like, that's not her name, but I couldn't remember, and not even in the correct part of the world. That, who, that actually, who, I didn't intend to inflict further suffering on Anne Wings, who, if you guys remember, I had a very high opinion of. Inner Tooth, or regular Inner, how are you doing today? Just like Caroluna, I hope you're having a good weekend so far. Yeah, for anybody watching in the VOD, we are recording this very early, actually, on a Saturday, because this is the weekend where...
Off we go then.
The United States will be rolling its calendar, its clocks forward an hour, so this seemed like a way to pass the time since we have to make a few adjustments to the sleep schedule. Okay, this is probably the only thing in there. We found one of the haunted dolls. Yeah, Inner has recently started up a brand new playthrough of Factorio. And Caroluna has, I think we were talking about it in the last episode of this, chosen to return Expeditions, which I'm very interested. I'll be interested to know, now, if it's true that Caroluna does pick it up in the future, at least from my own experience. Sometimes you're like, well, I'll hold off on this. Like, I want to play it, and it looks pretty good, but maybe it's just not for me right this second. And then when it does come down in price, you realize I'm actually fine. I'm good. I don't need that. So I'll be interested to see if that's where that goes, or if Caroluna does pick it up in the future and have a good time with it.
Again.
Try not to get shot.
Look like ghost dogs to me.
I'm better than you. You hear me? Aye, king of the musket, me, the shadow of the woods. See that? Even dead, the bitch won't stop. How'd she do that? How'd she bend the wolf to her bidding? Don't get me wrong. I had him where I wanted him. You fight well. We could use you in the train band.
Red McCraith, Banisher.
Aye, I've seen you around. Theodore Shepherd, marksman out of Fort Jericho. Best in the business.
You seem haunted.
What was your first clue? By Flora Abbott, for you ask. The tar-faced cow.
Whoa.
Flora's dead. How? When?
What does it matter? The hag's ghost tried to kill me.
Why you?
Who knows how her kind think? They're naturally devious. You know that. She tried to kill me in my own cave. Well, that proves it. Slavery's a gift to 'em.
I beg your pardon.
Steady. We have a ghost to take care of.
Oh.
We can rip this shitebag's throat out later.
Okay. When he first said, and I'm not going to repeat it here, when he first said what he said about her, I thought I knew what he meant, but sometimes there'll be expressions from other areas of the world or other backgrounds or other eras of time that sound one way, but it turns out they don't know. This is exactly what he meant. I have a strong feeling about how this particular case is going to resolve. Let's see if I'm correct.
Maybe I can help. I know about ghosts. You mentioned a cave. Yours?
Aye. I used it as a hunting lodge. Or I did, till Abbott turned up. Her ghost did anyway. She attacked me. Ran for me life. Had to leave some of my things behind. Be a mate and pick it up for me, eh?
I do intend to do this, but I don't know why we would say it to him.
I'll think about it. What sort of gear are we talking about?
A notebook, several wolf traps, worth little enough to you, worth a little more to me. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
I wonder what we'll learn at Teddy's cave.
I'll be on my way.
Farewell to you, mate.
Okay, we just got a red point.
Leave him to me.
Wait,
A ghost was listening. Flora Abbott, I'd say. She left traces.
oh, we're definitely going to go up there. But it seems like he left his door unlocked, so he could have stuff to smash. Call for tender. Serious and well-paid offer. Looking for 4 good quality whole wolf pelts. Gray color if possible. White would be appreciated. Cleaned would be great. To be sent to Mr. Torrington in Boston before the end of winter to receive payment.
Here, look at this.
Okay. South. We don't go south. So I assume this is south, but that's a guess. Here's the steep slopes, I would think, where Flora is. West would be the hills. East, maybe more hills, and maybe this is south. But that's marked as neutral territory, so I don't know why it would say. It looks to me like the hunters were dividing up where their areas are. Theodore appears to be a hunter, and I know Flora was.
From the map, I'm thinking Shepherd's Cave lies east.
Okay, so we've read that. I don't have anything further to say to him. I mean, we'll have a conversation coming up, but that's in a bit.
An eclectic collection of gear.
I suppose hunters came to New Eden from everywhere before the curse.
I do feel like I hear something, but I'm not sure. So Carolina was saying, oh no, it's the off-zone week. Yes, so that's probably helpful for people like Carolina who are watching from other countries, and if they change their clocks at all, may do so at a different time. Here in the United States, it's going to be tonight. All the clocks jump forward an hour. And, you know, I could now share my thoughts on this particular practice, but I feel like
Cannon powder.
everybody's thoughts on this are pretty well documented at this point. It's just me yelling into the wind, so yeah, not a fan. And then it goes to the very best that we can do, which is just wake up early, or like try to go to
cost, no doubt.
Okay. I don't know that I have all of the dolls, but maybe we do? Okay, so yeah, we need 2 more. But that's the whole backstory. That's why we're streaming a little bit early today, and I took a look at all the different games that we could play, and boy, I really like playing this one. So
Don't interfere.
Who's there?
You should have left him to me.
Flora Abbott. That you?
You should have left him to me.
You're the hunter, Flora Abbott. I'm the banisher, Antea Duarte. You've met my partner.
You're the banisher who died. Keep back! I know what you do. I won't be killed a second time. You hear? Not before I'm done with that bully bastard shepherd. Not before!
We are not enemies, Flora. You can trust us.
Can I? You saved the life of a man who would spit on you.
Oh, the dude downstairs? I died to save you. I don't see how that's true. But that's not true either. I don't want Flora to be under the misunderstanding for 1 second that we are sympathetic to that man's point of view. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for either of these 2 characters, but Antea least of all. I don't see how this is true. I died to save you. I'm so curious what this response is.
I died fighting the curse. I died to save you, all of you. I'm still fighting the curse.
What good is that to me now? Curse or no curse, Shepard was still here, snapping at my throat.
Okay, so sort of in a broader sense.
You were a hunter at Fort Jericho. But why were you living in New Eden in the first place?
I own land here. I've long since stopped being an outsider. A person has to live somewhere.
Do you belong? I left home young. I haven't stopped moving since. I learned not to get too comfortable.
I am a New Englander, born on a farm not far from Boston. After my mother died, I came to New Eden and bought some land. Just a small plot, out by the edge of the woods. Pennington came by sometimes. We hunted together. When we fled, I went with him. I was part of the train band. Part of New Eden. Then the captain died, and I was part of it no longer.
Shit. This is... So, hello to No Oats. I don't want to break up the conversation into chunks here, but this was something that I was specifically really worried about, which is that Pennington stood up for Flora and... Fernando? I think his name was Fernando. And I was talking about how that spoke to him as being a person that I considered of good character, but we still reaped him because we wanted the Duarte, the Antea energy to bring her back. And let's see if we can find out how she died, but it is very difficult for me to feel different than this was the consequence of our decision.
Why are you after Shepard?
He made my life hell. I'll make his a quick death, for I am a better hunter than he. I'm better, and he knew it. He could not stand it, nor that I had the captain's trust. I, with my brown skin.
The weakest sex, the wrongest color, scapegoated when you fail.
Hated when you succeed.
I'm curious if anybody... Hello to Solid Chrome Hickey also. Okay, here's the thing. This is more pertinent to the case. I am so curious, did anybody stand up for her? But this is eye on the prize here.
Did he attack you physically?
Spitting. cold shouldering, daily little words of spite, sometimes in my face, sometimes to others. That was his way. He liked me at a distance, so he shot me from a distance. At the old watchtower east of here, Shepard stalked me one last time before he shot and killed me.
I'm sorry.
One hateful crime followed another. The bastard stole my gun. It's in his cave. I want it.
Boy, I'm not trying to break in here on every single decision, but this seems awfully judgmental. I guess we're going to ask if she tried to kill him, which based on her testimony so far, I don't think so. Or you have no use for it. But it feels like it's probably going to be her tie, doesn't it? I'm going to ask about the cave where you tried to kill him, even though, again, let's see if she actually did.
The cave where you tried to kill him?
Yes. Problem?
No. No problem.
Until there is a problem, of course.
Oh, okay, she did then.
We'll leave you now, Flora.
I trust you. I hope I'm not wrong.
I guess the part that I'm surprised there is that she tried and didn't succeed. So, for the benefit of Solid Chrome Hickey, no oaths on anybody coming in partway through. Theodore, a hunter named Theodore, was marked as being late, having not yet returned to the camp, so we went out looking for him and found him fighting a pack of ghost wolves, so we cleared them out, and just to cut straight to the chase, dude is super racist. Like, just out loud and proud about being extremely racist. Is that that looks a lot like a cannon. I mean, it could just be some piping. Maybe it's just piping. Because I don't know why they would be aiming a cannon at that, like, wall or whatever. Is this tie off? It is, but it's already tied off. And so it turned out that Flora, the hunter, has died. That's who we were just talking to. Is there anything in here for me? Not currently. Let's come back for that. We're gonna head off to our target here. And Theodore the Hunter accused Flora of trying to kill him, which it turns out that according to Flora, yeah, that's true. And also, Flora has accused Theodore of successfully killing her. Let's verify that that's true, but yeah. So at this particular moment, this is feeling like one of the...
What of corpse is this on?
more straightforward cases on how it's going to come out. Okay. But, and this is just me, like, talking aloud for a second here on this topic. When we shoot the spirit orbs, we get, like, shard fragments, ghost shards, something like that. I, still to this moment, am only sort of assuming that those are upgrade components, because if they are something that I spend on that, I haven't been aware of that, and otherwise I don't know if they're currency for something down the road or whatever. No, Oates is pointing out, what is a cannon but a well-built pipe that can handle explosives? Yeah, that and open on one end, and you've basically got it. Oh, is this the pipe? It is, and that definitely looks like a cannon, but it's all broken down. The reason I was looking at it is that, like, was this part of an ambush that one hunter set up against the other? But no, it just appears to be old trash. Carolina was also agreeing, just piping that shoots at you. Oh, look at that. So, whatever we get here, Soul Shard. I'm not going to open up the inventory right now, but I should probably pay attention for what those actually are. Because, don't get me wrong, I don't mind collecting them. I'm not sure to what degree I should be excited. Like, they're what I need for my mythic gear or something like that. And no spoilers on that. I'm not actually like... I'm going to pick them up regardless. Okay, let's continue to head towards Flora's rifle. But yeah, Pennington, Captain Pennington, was known to be a friend to anyone that was there to contribute to the community. And that included all of the people. And I really struggled at the moment of, like, what are we going to do about this guy? With the realization that he had done something terrible to Deborah. I think her name is Deborah. Apparently falsely accused her of witchcraft and kept her locked up and
Having lost her captain and only ally, she left the fort.
Shepard wanted to destroy her. She was right to leave. Pennington held Shepard back. Without the captain, she was in danger.
Yeah, seeing the after effects of our decisions like this, where, like, this is how it affected the community, it's not just a cut scene, it's just not like a placard at the end that says, and here's what happened next, but actually having gameplay tied to what happened, and that this is a case that if we had made a different decision, this case would necessarily be different. If this case was not different if you preserve Pennington, I would be extremely disappointed. Because this feels like a direct result of what we did.
What is that?
That will have fallen up on the walkway. Yeah, where we were talking about expeditions and, like, will Carolina return to it at some point? I know that I've had situations where a game comes out and I'm, like, really excited about it. I'm like, well, let me hold off. And then after a bit, that sort of, like, anticipation falls off.
We still need to find Shepard's cave.
Okay. And then when it comes down in price, you're like, I've sort of lost interest in that. I can't think of any specific examples right this second, but it certainly happened. And then I'd say it's probably more often that, like, yeah, then the price comes out and then I'll pick it up and be like, oh yeah, this is a lot of fun. April 10th, epidemic in the mines. All guards are ordered back to Fort Jericho. Now serves Lieutenant Priest. So this would have been when that illness first started and they were starting to quarantine people then.
It's locked. There must be a key.
Flora Abbott's notebook. 6th of July. I think, not sure. Wolves, heath hen, rabbits, squirrel. I think squirrel... I know that rabbits has 2 B's. I think squirrel has 2 R's, but I'm just noting I actually also have a lot of difficulty spelling squirrel. I'm usually wrong by at least 1 letter. The wolf attacked me. Happens more and more. They hungry, I'll keep the fur, won't sell, too many holes. 13th July, maybe. Heath hen, eagle, do we know what eagle is? Wolves, bad week, game is rare. Those I shot were sick, snow in summer. I joined Mount Jericho, captain asked me. Then people are turning savage. I bring them meat and pelts, and some still hate me. Shepherd is worst. Yeah, so this is... We are currently in July, but it's 1694. Do we know what year this is? No. 21st July, deer, wolves, rabbits, turkey, squirrels. I know the land better now. Game is good, though it is cold here. I'm the best. Shepard hates me for it. He bullies. He swiped my good blanket for one with holes and fleas, like he has no better work to do. He is one more dark cloud in the dark sky. 27th July, though not as you know it. Heath hens. Eagle? Does anybody know eagle? Eagle. Rabbits. It seems like it's a hunting item, like an animal. Eagle. Eagle! Eagle! Like the bird. I get it. Okay. I was thinking I saw a shepherd a-hunting, but it was a dead man walking. He trapped a rabbit and ate it whole. I ran away, of course. 28th July. The dog shepherd was here and turned his gun on me. A moment, but it was enough. It was in his eye. I know the look from memory. Like a bear looks the moment before it comes, and you must shoot him or he will get you first. But she did survive long enough to write this, and I don't think that she did this as a ghost. But he might have still been screwing up the courage or making the decision.
She was a hell of a hunter. The shepherd saw her as the prey. This looks moth-eaten. No one slept here for a long time.
The tower had to be abandoned years before the curse.
Okay. Feels like everything so far.
Broken lock. Forced entry. There's an echo here.
Yeah, Carolyn is confirming squirrel is with 2 R's. Yeah, for some reason, half the time I think that squirrel has 2 L's at the end of it. Like, I legitimately don't know why that happens. So this is going to be hearkening, I think.
Through a single point passes an infinity of paths.
What are you doing in my house? I'm sick of this. You wanted me gone. I left. I won't fight you.
Some reading for you, if read you can. Not to do with me. I'm just a messenger.
She lowered her gun. Why?
She was cautious. Gave Shepard no reason to shoot.
Hell of a gamble. She has brass. I wonder what that letter said.
Okay, but it's not here currently. I also wanted to look at what the hint was. We are on the Hunters. Wishing no more trouble, Flora Abbott refused to fight Theodore. But nothing about the letter. I mean, I know that we didn't get to see the letter.
A room with a view.
What else do you really need?
Anything else in here? Basically, I am leaving open the possibility that Theodore Shepard was not the reason that Flora died. I don't think that's going to make very much decision in the outcome of the case based on Red's already existent... Really? Investigate the watchtower. We didn't do this yet, huh? Find Flora's rifle. Investigate...
You need to see this.
Oh.
Flora's blood, perhaps. There was a gun here. See where it lay? I'd quite like to find it.
Oh, so this is where we need the gun. Okay, so now we have to go recover Theodore's affairs. So we're gonna head towards the other one. Cara Luna is wishing that Windows had some sort of a never detect this device again. I would just like a way to stabilize what Windows believes the default sound device is. Because I think somebody mentioned in one of the streams that we were in recently that Windows just sometimes breaks a lot of... Windows updates will just break a lot of sound setups. And yes, every time our streaming computer here restarts as a result of a Windows update, and we restart it routinely, but every time it says, and now I'm going to load some updates, we've learned to check all the sound settings. And even then, sometimes we'll miss it. Like, you know, but it more often than not does cause problems. Because it resets the default sound device to whatever it feels like. Like, to be honest, it feels like it resets it to nothing. And then you have to go in and modify it. Okay, I hear that bone sound. It might indicate that there's a shelter down here. Like a shelter for Red. It's either Carolina or Innertooth. Apparently their sound device keeps defaulting to their neighbor's television. That seems annoying for both of you. I'm really sorry about that. We haven't had that problem. Yeah, our problem is like the streaming software that we use, if Windows loads an update, then the next time that you open it up, we'll look and see like, oh yeah, the sound isn't working again. And like if you go in, it's reset the default sound device to like just gibberish. And then you set it to like the correct device and then it's fine again until the next Windows update.
Theodore Shepard's happy little home.
Definitely a shelter. Yeah, again, this game's use of sound design for like the bones mean that a shelter's nearby, the whispering means that a spirit orb is nearby. I really like all that stuff. So this seems like the gun.
Flora's rifle, I'll wager.
Flora Abbott's ghost tie. Yeah, this is why she wanted it. Her rifle as stolen by Theodore Shepard. Oh, wow! They howled me out of it. Okay, hold on, I'm very...
Try this on.
Very sloppy is what that was going to say. I made a lot of, like, just not very good mistakes there.
Master Ted's secret little butchering place, eh?
Okay. I don't know why... This is not a very large area, but I'm just having difficulty feeling like I've searched everything on this side of the beam.
Someone's left us a fire camp to use.
So I don't see a reason not to evolve, but let's do that in a minute.
I never could get the hang of smoking. I hear it's very good for you.
We'll take it. Oh, we found this, the key. Today, so this is Theodore Shepard. 1 heath hen shot steep slopes north. Today, 2 rabbits, and no dates, by the way, it's just today. 2 rabbits shot hills westward, 3 rabbits snare, 1 turkey shot. Folk making camp in the fort, but when the monsters come, all must take up arms. The captain needs me shooting meat more than shooting dead men. He sends the pitch-faced drudge out too. I don't trust her. But 1 wolf shot today, 3 heath hen shot. I'm not sure that his take is that much lighter, but he's certainly not hitting any eagles, I notice. Nothing today. Empty traps today. I'm not saying what he says about her. She's stealing my game. If she wants trouble, it's trouble that she'll get. 1 wolf. They had different zones marked off on the map, though. If you remember back where we, like... It was in his cabin, wasn't it? Or maybe that was, like, him making it up. But he's still, like parceled out zones. Like, this is where she'll have and this is where I'll have. She's a danger. I petitioned Pennington to have her disarmed. If he won't do it, I will. Then we'll see. Ooh, boy, this guy. Okay, we'll just keep going.
The notebook Shepard wanted. What a lovely man.
Lovely's one word for him. I can think of others.
Shepard is pitiful, angry, and obnoxious. And he's a bad loser.
Harsh but accurate.
Hello to Haseo! Haseo, I hope that you're having a good Saturday so far. It's probably as early, if not earlier, for you. Let's evolve real quick. I hope you're having a great weekend. Oh, yeah, tonight, Haseo will be live tonight, local time. Maybe it's this afternoon. But he'll be doing some, State of Decay 2 with Mia, Chivalry, and Jason McMaster. Do we have... We do. So I think that the only ones that we can get... Just double checking here. Like, this is locked off to us. Oh, is it not? Okay. I always assumed this was an either-or, and it super isn't. Okay. Okay. So I guess it's more of a thing of which one I want first. I will 100% take this. Yeah, anything that maxes out rifle damage. So killing an enemy with a rifle, defeating an enemy will make the next shot 50% more effective. And if you stack that on top of hitting somebody with the rifle butt, then it's even better than that. 6:35, says Haseo, and his weekend just started. He just woke up. Yeah, not up for too long here either. We had some time this morning, so we figured we'd do a haunted investigation. The thing about Theodore's thing, like set aside the insults, which, like, yeah, shithead's gonna shithead. It's his, like, oh, she's stealing my game. When we both have rifles, she's better than I am, so let's take away her rifle and then we'll see who's better. Well, yeah, dude, if, like, one team isn't allowed to have tennis rackets, then the other team is gonna be better at tennis. Wait, sorry, I just really feel like there's something over here. And yet, I've already been here. And let's look to see what's up here. I'm pretty sure that I've searched this area. And then we went across. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we found different pathways to the same things. And if I'm wrong, then some of these areas just look the same to me. Yeah, let's go forward. I'm all about, like, searching the area. There's been a number of times in this game that we have, like, taken the time to search around and found more information
Let's go have a look at that watchtower.
Pertinent to the case. Oh, okay. But when it comes to, like, am I going to methodically search the entire place to find, like, that many more... Hold on, I'm going to do the hearkening in a second. I'm just realizing that I didn't drop that rope. I don't know why we'll need to, given that there's stairs right here, but let's have all of our things lined up. Why would you ever not want to have all of your pathways available? Also, Haseo, how are you liking Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? I've heard only good things. So now we're going to do... I think it's Make Manifest when you have the tie.
Nokuhei!
Does it seem wrong?
Messed this up, didn't I?
Yeah, so then it's got to be Hearkening, because it's definitely not Summon Scourge. So Hearkening will show us what happened here with the blood.
Reunius vat aster himi.
To hell with you, shepherd, you bully bastard and dog!
He hunted her down like an animal.
I know. Try not to get involved, but...
Flora wanted freedom. Shepherd robbed her of it.
We have a list of very few active characters in this area. We're sure that it's him. Again, I'm not convinced that I just was trying to find out where the shots came from. It did seem like it was from up here. And I just wanted to see if there was anything else that we could detect now that we know where it happened from, but no. Okay, let's investigate the fall. But yeah, pending additional information, she certainly believed it was Shepard. Whether or not she could see from down here, especially after she'd just been shot, I'm not sure, but I don't have any real reason to doubt it. I just want to make sure that we know exactly what happened. Oh my god! Haseo has put, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To 10 Haseo ha-has out of 10. There is no higher rating. Hello to Lady B! Lady B, when is your next round robin relay style... How do we get down here? Event that's coming up? Because I feel like it's pretty soon. The one that you're doing with Asperby and friends. But I just didn't know when that was happening. So I want to get there. Oh, I see. So, Haseo, I have I'm not sure if this can be answered because everybody else in the world is much more familiar with Final Fantasy VII as a story and like a setting than I am. My question would be, does the story of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth continue to make sense? Wow, I don't know why this is suddenly occurring to me, but I would go across this on my hands and knees. Can you imagine how slippery this cylindrical, icy log would be in this weather? I was interacting with a friend who had asked sort of like, hey, Final Fantasy VII, what do you think of it? And I thought about my experience with Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is the only version of it that I've ever played. And what I said was, it's a great game that It looks like an action game. It is, in fact, very much an RPG, and there's a lot of strategizing that you'll do in terms of how you make use of powers and combos and abilities, but it feels great, it looks fantastic, and it's entirely comprehensible for people that are not, you know, you don't have to know anything about any of the other Final Fantasy game until, and this, I'm gonna speak very obliquely here, the very end, where even if I were inclined to offer spoilers, and I'm not, I don't think I could, because I was with the story all the way up until like the final 15 minutes, and then it was like, I have no idea what's happening right now. And I have to assume that that gets explained more in the follow-up game, but people
Voices
who were
from the dead ripple here.
people who were familiar with like the original Final Fantasy VII, they were like, oh my god, this is awesome. It's like, I have no idea what's happening. So I'm hoping that my whole understanding is enhanced by getting to play the second game at some point, maybe later this year. Haseo is saying that it's explained more.
This gunpowder is wet. Abbott, you lazy heathen drab.
'Twas the snow. You yap like a scared dog, Shepherd. No bite.
The captain won't always be there to protect your ass. I'll get you.
Then you'd better not miss, little doggy. 'Cause I'm faster than you.
Things got out of hand fast.
I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means.
Gunpowder is life out here, but he'd no need to yell.
I doubt she was in the wrong.
Me neither. I should have threatened him.
Threaten him! Get the hell out of here! She said, stop bothering me and leave me alone or else. That's not a threat. That's an offer. She offered him a way out. Stop it. That's what I heard. And also, Lady B says that the event is actually happening right now, which I'm very glad that I asked. Lady B says that she's in one on Monday. It'll be 11 a.m. her time. So what time is it now for you, Lady B? Because we'll certainly do shout-outs later, and I'd like to make sure that people get a chance to see. But it is currently, for us in the real world, 6:45 in the morning. So it's 11:45 for Lady B where she is right now. So it'll be about 23 hours from now. No, that's Monday. So it'll be 47 hours from now. So if you're on the East Coast, Lady B will be live around 7 a.m. on Monday, I think. So that's, what, 4 a.m. Pacific? I think so. Laura Abbott was trying to get away from Theodore Shepard in the hopes of living a better life. Yes, yes. The powder, I just wasn't sure what that... Wait, hold on. Stubborn and choleric? The riflewoman's ghost demands revenge. So, I don't think I understand the use of choleric there. Isn't colic like what a baby gets when it just like is crying inconsolably for no discernible reason? But like choleric in terms of like a ghost or a person, like an adult, I don't know what it means, actually. Although her rage may be justified, it has made her ghost both reckless and aggressive. How? Okay, we're gonna keep going. Right now, she seems targeted and aggressive.
She just wanted a better life, like anyone.
A Spanish slaver hired me once. Haunted, predictably. He was in a terrible state. I turn up, he sees my face, my skin, throws a tantrum, decides to stay haunted.
Did you leave him to his ghosts?
Well, he turned me away. Then, he sent his whip hands after me, saying I'd summoned the ghosts. I left town. It damn near cost me my life. Laura Abbott walked away from the bullshit. She dismissed it. She had to pay.
As morning time stream...
I see something. Hanging on the tree. A bag, I think. According to the map, the treasure should be near.
Okay, can I shoot this now? Yeah, we probably have to dispel the fog. So Haseo is confirming that in the sequel of Rebirth, it does explain more, and says even in the original, like you, like that's all part of one package, but it clarifies things as you go. I'm looking forward to it. I'll say that. I feel like we've got a bunch of Final Fantasy between here and there, but I certainly want to try to.
This fog.
Okay, so that's where the waves are coming from. Yeah, let's go see if we can clear up the fog, because we're not going to be able to do anything else yet. Haseo's also saying that, and it's all canon. But yeah, so the round robin, the relay style, and Lady B, do you happen to know when Asper B is going to be live as well for this event? So I know that you guys are both in it. For like people who watch this later in the VOD, the information is they'll unfortunately miss it. But for anybody watching live or live-ish, I want them to know. Crap. Yeah. Rifle blast, rifle swipe has. Oh. Okay.
Try this on for size.
Yeah, I am not doing well at the combat today. Just a lot of whiffs and mispresses on my quick switches. Oh, Lady B said above. So wait, if you are okay, so Asper B is exactly 24 hours ahead of you. Because she's on in 23 hours, so she'll be on Sunday from 11 to 1 your guys' time, and then you'll be on Monday. Okay. Thank you for that, because I want to make sure that we can direct people so that they can see. There was a spirit orb, and I'm just looking to see where we can see it and then shoot it. Looks like right there. Was that the only one? Because there might have been a couple other things that we couldn't get to. Now, we also want to shoot down the bag, and Antea made mention of some treasure that might be around. That also explains why, like, Borlak's next RPG session won't be until the 17th, because with the relay event happening, there wouldn't be a lot of time for that. But I am looking forward to that as well. Yeah, if I can say something exclusively about, like, just the structure, my understanding is that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has a lot more sort of, like, open world and exploring type stuff compared to the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which was very sort of like open level-ish, like sort of like this, where there's some, well, less like this. There's some areas that you can go around and explore and find quests, and then some areas that you can go around and do quests, but they tended to be a little bit linear in their design. And my understanding is that the sequel has some more, like, here's a big, wide open area with lots of stuff to find and explore and do, and optional fights and bosses and stuff. And it just sounds... I've heard from multiple people that it is the sort of open world Final Fantasy experience that they've been wanting for a long time.
More corrupted ivy waiting to be plucked out.
This is our first corrupted ivy of the stream.
Off you go then.
Okay, so there's one of our cysts, but we're still looking for the blue one that will allow us to open up. So there's the blue one. We've got one red cyst to the left. Sorry, to the right. One down there. And sometimes I'm learning it's really helpful to just, like, hit them and then try to track down the one that I can't see. And sometimes there's not a third.
More fun.
They never learn, do they?
It would be very cool if you could just kick their ass right back off the cliff. Just do a drop kick. They climb up. Antea just comes over. I feel like I hear something. Wow! Haseo thinks that he's at about 30 hours and really hasn't touched the main quest line. That sounds like big Skyrim energy to me. There it is. Lady B says availability of players all at once is proving constantly difficult. I think that's why the next session is on the 17th. That is the way of it, isn't it? Like, when you're young, you have time, but not necessarily the experience or opportunity to set up these big multiplayer events. And then when you're an adult and you can afford the books or the subscription service or whatever else it is that you need in order to make it work, you've also got responsibilities. Ah, crap. Now, I'm all set to do this awesome TTRPG, but how do you get 5 adults in the room at the same time? So this is where Theodore is, isn't it? Yeah, no, we're not. We got to go retrieve the bag, and I might have gone the wrong way. Did I just straight up not see this before? Because we can do that, but where are we shooting? If I was to guess, we need to go up here. Well, hey. Haseo's asking, have you ever watched Dragon Ball growing up? But did you know Akira Toriyama passed away on March 1st? I have heard that. I'm sure that I've seen a lot of things that have been inspired by his work. However, I don't know enough about, like, Dragon Ball and such to, like, recognize that. Like, I know that this guy was very influential, very prolific. A lot of people really loved what he did, and it just falls outside my knowledge. So we do see one in there, one of the sis. And maybe another one right there, although we might have to go around to the other window. Let's see if that's enough. Oops. Oh, hey. Stop, stop, stop. That was not enough to break it. So wherever the third one is, we actually have a lot of time. Yeah, so that one's on that side of the cabin. So where do you think that the third cyst is? Here's the trouble. It's actually a long enough period of time that it could be like around a corner or something. It seems like we've got a lot of time to travel and find it. Haseo's saying, have you ever played Chrono Trigger? I have played Chrono Trigger a couple times to exactly the same point. Am I allowed to say that it's like the time of magic or whatever?
You aim for the heart. I'll destroy the roots.
And then I've never actually gone beyond that point in it. We've got one, we've got two. There's a third cyst around. We can't get up there. I don't see anything vine-like over here. I mean, the nice thing is that it glows red. Nope, those are just trees. But I have played, so Haseo, I've played a very small amount of Dragon Quest, and most of it has been Dragon Quest Builders. Dragon Quest Builders was actually the very first game that we ever streamed on the channel. Okay, that's just fire. Let's try this again. Okay, do we have any sense on where the remaining vein goes? This way. This way. And so you do go up. I mean, I'm not going to have time, but now at least we know where to look. There it is. Wow. Holy hell. And there's no way to trigger it from here. So we're going to have to get those two and then come over here. Yeah, there's not going to be any other path. I'm pretty sure that we can do it. Oh, that's her. Hasea's saying it's fine. He did the artwork for the game. I can say that the art style for all of those, for at least Chrono Trigger and Dragon Quest, I really like the art style for those games.
I take the heart.
They're very bright, very colorful. The characters look cool. I like the monster designs, like the slimes. There's a reason those slimes are so iconic. They're very cheerful about getting butchered as very low-level enemies. So we'll do this as fast as possible until we get some sort of like an ascender. This might just be a second. Come on. And... so what is the earliest point that I can try to shoot this? Right here. Whew. And there is no way to get there from here, like... yeah. Oh, wait. What if we can come in from a different area? What if instead of climbing, we come around the side? Let's not assume that we have to climb that rope, because that's taking a long time.
Like falling off a log after being startled by a wisp in Akashus.
Never gonna let me live that one down, are you?
Okay, there's the cyst, and we can get to it from here. Yep, that's way less time. Now we'll get it. I mean, I might still miss because I'm not a great shot, but... come on.
Quick and precise. Well done.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were very, very saddened by his passing. Was it... is there like a cause of death? Was he ill, or... I'm afraid that I don't know very much about it. But I hope that he felt good about the enjoyment that he brought to everybody. Witch hunt. Why are they hunting us, blaming us, burning us? Hypocrites and simpletons, all of them. Hypocrites, those who spit on our back but visit our lairs at night, searching for protection from their foe or caress from their sweetheart. Simpletons, who praise the reckless banishers or demonologists while despising us when we all share the same knowledge grown from the same forgotten roots. Why? Because we refuse to serve them, because we have looked through all the mirrors and come back wiser than most, because eons, I have to, through eons, we taught and forgot more than banishers or demonologists will ever learn. Witches, we are proud and free, and if we sometimes take their money for our services, we bow only to our mothers. In the end, they despise us, for they secretly seek what we found. The Seeker. Hello to Patikin! Okay, and this is everything in here. Patikin, I hope that your weekend is going well. Mr. Seo saying that he knows that he changed the world with Dragon Ball Z. So, Dragon Ball is one of those things that it has always looked very cool, but one piece of feedback that I've seen about how the anime has been handled is that it tends to be, in a 30-minute episode, 12 minutes of recap of what happened in the previous episode, 5 minutes of people powering up, and then another 10 minutes of people... Sorry, I'm just looking at the map here, or intending to look at the map, of like previews for like expectation for what's going to happen next time. Now, that's probably more of a like structure of the anime issue than anything else. And it could also be like fans lovingly poking fun at like needing to wait. These days, I suspect that you could just go episode and watch it in pretty tight order. Haven't people done edits? Am I making this up in my head? Haven't people done edits where they sort of like cut out all of the like repetition and previously on and next time on and just sort of like trimmed it to like the actual events unfolding? I think I've heard that. But regardless of like the way in which the story is presented, I feel like the artwork and the animation style and the care that's gone into like the character designs and stuff like that is undeniably really, really high quality and very appealing across like multiple generations. Why has it directed me up here? Like, why not down here? Oh, I really thought it was pointing me up there. Well, see, now I want that. Patine's saying that he's not used to seeing the games like this on Sunday. Yeah, we had a little bit more time this morning, and also I just really, really, really like playing Banishers, so figured that we'd give a shot to this. I don't see a tunnel over to that. How would you get back there? It doesn't look like there's a lot of land. Oh, there's a jump across. Right. Okay, so we would have to jump across to the back side of it. It really wants me to understand how close I am to the thing I'm looking for. I'm standing... Oh, right. It's up in the tree. Flora. So this is Priest's letter. I'll be brief. When I ordered you to bury the hatchet with Shepard, you were vexed. I now understand that in my haste to establish obedience and implement efficiency in the ranks, I was too harsh. I hope you understand. Lives are at stake. I write to beg you to return. To show his goodwill, I have sent Shepard to deliver the letter. That's the letter that he delivered. It would gratify me if you, too, would take steps towards conciliation. You are the best, and we need you, Flora. I need you. I believe you need us, too. With Pennington gone, we must rebuild our discipline and renew our respect for each other. Come back, please. You shall be respected for who you are, the best shooter around. Her skill needed now more than ever. I'll see to it. Now that's settled, I'll see you in a day or two.
Shepard won't have liked that.
He failed to turn Helen Priest against Flora. No, he won't have liked that.
At least Helen Priest tried to make amends and asked her back.
Shepard won't have liked that either.
No, if anything, that would be the part that he hates the most. The fact that Red said he failed to turn Priest against Flora. From what we can see, no, he didn't. what happened, based on what I'm piecing together, is that he made a case that she was the problem. The two of them were fighting. Priest said, get along or else, and refused to take sides, which is as good as taking sides, or she said, Flora, you're out because you're just causing problems, and then quickly realized that she was actually feeding the colony, and then made amends. The thing is, the reason that I said that at least she tried to make amends is people in life should be allowed to learn from their mistakes. Even if their mistakes seem completely like, why would you ever have thought this? It's better to admit you were wrong and then try to make it right than to say, well, wrong once, wrong forever, I'll just continue to be wrong and everybody else will suffer for my stupidity. At least Helen Priest thought better of it, and I think that Theodore here would... that really would have bothered him much more than anything else, like that he was so close to being the only hunter, and then when he couldn't hack it, his ego was like, oh no, now I've got to like do it another way. Do I have the... I don't feel like... oh, I'm glad I came over here, but that may still only be 2 of 3. All of that said, none of this would have happened if Pennington was here, because he understood the value of Flora and Ferdinand as being contributing members of the community, no different than anybody else. So I feel like we're ready to confront.
How goes it?
I've brought your notebook. Your traps too.
Good. Give 'em here.
Do I have any reason to keep the traps?
No, I'm keeping them.
What the hell you say? It's a joke.
I've also brought news. Flora Abbott is dead.
No, that is a joke. Look, mate, I don't care about Flora Abbott.
You should. Her ghost is haunting you. Want to know why?
I know why. She hated me. I trocked with none of her strutting and wouldn't be twisted like that fool Pennington.
Helen Priest valued her too, but you know this. She wanted Flora back. That upset you.
That's a steaming heap of horse on all counts. She weren't missed.
Oh. Strange, I found a letter from Helen Priest asking Flora back. You were the postman.
You know about that? Well, so what? Aye, I delivered the letter. Priest asked her back. Abbott didn't come back. So ends the story.
You sure you don't want to know? You're not the tiniest bit curious. Want to know how she died?
Not really. Animal attack, maybe.
You know what? She was, indeed, attacked by an animal. Strange, though. She knew the wild well. Was a fine shot.
She wasn't that good. She was lucky. Sounds like her luck deserted her. Life finds you out in the end.
She fled the fort so she'd never see you again. She could have killed you, you know. She chose not to.
She chose not to because she knew she'd lose.
She was a better shot than you. Quicker, too. She knew the terrain and knew your movements. She could have lain in wait as you went hunting, knowing you'd come by, and shot you as you passed. Any of this sound familiar, mate?
No? Why would it?
Drop the act. You killed Flora Abbott.
I had nothing to do with it. And you won't prove otherwise.
I don't need to prove it. I know. That's enough.
And what if I had? I kill animals for a living. And there ain't nothing you can do about it, mate. I'm a living, breathing Englishman. What'll you do? Banish me?
You do talk a lot of shite, Shepherd. Time you heard a home truth or three.
I like, why would we even talk through it? Even if every decision we had made so far was the exact opposite, well, okay, let's say that if we had not chosen to reap Pennington, I don't think that this case would even have been presented, so it's hard not to feel directly responsible for what's happening. But really, there's absolutely no tension here about where we're going to go or why. If this is somehow unclear to anybody, I don't know how to explain it to you.
Theodore Shepherd, you're haunted by the ghost of your victim. Let's face it, bully boy. You're a terrible human being.
What would a Scotsman know about being human?
You're making this very easy for me, Shepherd. This haunting is about to end. Banishers do protect the living from the dead, that's true. But sometimes we end it by blaming the living. Congratulations. I've never met a man who deserves blaming more than you.
Wait. No. Hold there. I'm sorry. I apologize to the stupid bitch. I'm a good man. I made a mistake. I made some mistakes.
Aye, you did. Allow me to introduce you to the consequences.
Are you sure you want this one on Taya? It
I see the pit.
might taste bad.
But where is the brimstone? Oh, shit.
Oh, I hope we get to kill him again in the Underdark or whatever it's called. Oh. that one, hello to Samalander. That one now wins the award as the easiest decision that we've made in the game. Prior to this, I probably would have said, like, again, nobody be here if you want to avoid spoilers. The woman who was, like, fleeing her dead husband with the only reason, sorry, her abusive dead husband, with the difference here being, it took us a little bit of time to figure out what was going on, like exactly why. Here, like, this dude, you talked to him for a minute and a half, and you were like, oh, okay, yeah.
What's the matter?
Revenant wolves, they keep coming back. We should find the source and put an end to this.
Okay. Absolutely.
Their fur had a peculiar tinge.
Aye, it's rusty. Mass death by the iron mines?
Follow that hunch. See where it leads.
Yeah, I think we stepped directly into the epilogue of that story. Sam Lander's saying, man, even if I was doing an Ascension run, I don't think I could have done anything else with that guy.
She ran, but what would that have changed? You can't run from your own skin, and men like Teddy Shepherd. Christian men, English men, mediocre, hateful men who steal the world.
The thing is, Sam Lander, and please do not, if anybody knows otherwise, just don't spoil this. I don't want to know one way or the other. My firm understanding at this moment is that if we were doing an Ascension run, she wouldn't have died, because Pennington would have still been here, and he would never have allowed her out of the thing, and he would have, if anything, kicked out what's-his-face if he kept being like a turd bucket. So I really, really like games where you feel like you are experiencing the consequences of your decisions, even if they're not good consequences, like to see how things play out. We are experiencing one of the things that I feel like the game does absolutely at its best. Like, I'm really impressed with this. Find the source of the Revenant Wolves. I just want to see what our... Oh, this is a big area. So let's head up the path then a little bit. But yeah, this guy sucks real hard. And this is the sort of thing that I was really worried about happening if we took Pennington. But we, you know, Red is making some decisions with Antea's best interest at heart, and that's having consequences. Stamlander says now you have to do, but here's the thing, if I did another playthrough, the other thing to know is that there's a whole other pathway through the main story. If I was to do another playthrough, I would not come to Mount Pleasant, I would come to whatever this is and do that instead. This is, again, just a super impressive game.
Should we have chosen differently?
Theodore shepherds are 10 a penny. How many Floras have to die before they change? Revenge is bitter, and there's no justice. Not for us.
I've no idea how that must feel. I'm sorry.
I know you are. Come on, let's kill some wolves.
Okay, we've stepped outside the zone here. Oh, there's some wolves. I don't know how to get to them yet. And the thing that I was laughing at there, and I'm just going to make sure that I can't, like, teleport up to them, right? No. Was how seamlessly his, like, Theodore Shepard's, like, you know, you and me, our kind needs to stick together, to what would a Scotsman know about humanity? Or what did he say? So what does Scotsman know about, like, being a good person? It was even more savage than that. Followed then by, has there, not since somebody pulled out a ukulele, has there been a better apology than, I apologize to the stupid bitch. Like, he couldn't even fake contrition in a way that would have fooled somebody who was just walking into the room for the very first time. Wow, I'm bad at avoiding any strike at all today.
Who's that?
Yes, something's here.
Okay, I feel like we're close to what we're looking for. But yeah, I'll probably close out our Theodore Shepard conversation by saying, that's what bigots are. They are not your friend, ever. There's only the very, very microscopically small group that they recognize as being worthwhile, which can change at a moment's notice, and then there's everybody else. And I guarantee you, you are everybody else.
These wolves are alive, for now. The source isn't here.
Whether or not they are after you right this second, they will come after you the very second that it's convenient. And that's what we saw with Theodore Shepard. There was nobody except his self-interest and his hatred for anyone and everyone for any reason or no reason. That has been my experience with that particular mindset. I don't really know why I'm picking a fight with these living wolves, but...
Enough!
Okay, I'm not yet ready to do this. There we go. Completely off.
One less to worry about.
Killian is saying that he should have said something like, she's right here, you know. That was a moment that I was a little bit disappointed that we didn't get. Usually during the confrontation, the living then can perceive the dead and they can sort of exchange words and ideas. And here that didn't happen. I suspect that all we would have gotten was more...
Something's concealed.
Hateful tripe, but it would have been nice for him to understand in his final moments that this wasn't just Red the Banisher. Sorry, what is he saying that something's concealed? It wasn't just Red, it was the fact that in the end, in the balance, she still won. And I am dead serious. I hope that we get to go into like the void and then settle up with him once again. He's gonna be like a giant rage demon, and we're gonna kick the shit out of him yet again. Sam Linder says the problem with race is that there always has to be an outsider race to hate. Yeah, and it need not be skin color. It'll be anything. Anyone with anemia, anybody with differently colored
Something's
eyes.
Here.
It'll be whatever it is. Whatever it is, they will find a reason to say you are inferior and we're going to come after you. It's never true. It's just any exterior identifier to say this is who we're going after. Sorry, they are...
What is lurking here?
Time to work, Banisher.
What are you guys seeing? Is there something above us? It could be on the cliffside above this. If such a thing exists, which it actually doesn't seem like it does. And then this just goes back down again. I guess technically...
Picking up something spectral nearby.
Yeah, no, there's something up there as well. And then here again. So I probably just need to walk away from this. Yeah, Caroluna is saying that's probably why we didn't get more between them.
I feel something close.
Sometimes for me, the thing that is hidden is like covered in blue spider webs, ethereal webs, and it can be a little bit difficult to pick out against the white snow because it's sort of like a very vibrant blue. Well, there's something happening over here. But not very much of it. And then I'm not gonna run this entire loop again, but I'm just noting that he does get another, there's something hidden nearby standing on this cliffside right here.
What is lurking here?
And then
Time to work, Banisher.
as soon as we jump down, it goes away again. And then 3 steps back, it goes away. I need to walk away from this because I have now walked this path multiple times and I don't see anything that isn't just walking around that same track again. So we will leave this area now.
Here.
Hidden.
It might be something that I'm just not equipped to see. It could also be the treasure. She did say that there was like a treasure nearby. Let me just look in the bushes here.
I feel a draft.
From the invisible.
Boy, that is tricorder levels annoying. Not annoying, but like, there's something here. I can't find it. We will step away. But yeah, Sam Linder himself should be live in about 30 minutes. He should be going live for, let's see, today is Saturday, so it'll be, yesterday was Baldur's Gate. Today would be Farming Sim, I think. Okay, this is a down. Do I want to go this way? Well, yeah. This seems to be the way. Sam Linder saying that is correct. And then tomorrow, I think, is more Factorio, which I've been trying to catch that. Yeah, right around the time that Sam Linder goes live, like that'll be a little bit of a specific stop for us because
Wolf lair. All dead or dying. Neither's good.
got a couple things to take care of today.
Watch out! Spectre position.
No, no, stop it.
more of them.
Okay, stop it. Wow, wow! I really had to work to miss that.
Your funeral!
Don't let that spectre get to the corpse. Poison. Foxglove and wolf's bane. Hunters, maybe?
If it was, I didn't know the spectres would bring their dead wolves back.
I'd like to say it's because it's so early in the day, but no, I'm just bad. So I assume this was Theodore, who was like just putting out poison meat to like kill the wolves. Like he can't hunt, so he's just gonna poison them, as though the poisoned wolf meat wouldn't then be of impact to the people that tried to eat it. Destroy the poison food. I feel like there must be more of it, and it'll be this way. Oh yeah, right here.
The settlers should be safe. For a while.
Are you feeling better?
Not really.
Okay, so we didn't find, and now probably will not find, whatever that secret item was. I've only got 2 out of the 3 dolls. One of them might be there, because usually they're all in like a geographic area, even if some of them are underground. Let's see if we can get here, because I think I looked at that. I think it's really close. But I was like, let's come back and do this on our way home. I think that the shooting in particular in this would function a lot better mouse and keyboard, at least for me, and I feel like the everything else would feel a lot worse. I'm playing this with a controller. Third-person games of this style are typically going to be controller games for me, and it's all of the exploration, all of the like navigation, and the melee combat. So like 98% of what this game is definitely works better for me with a controller. With the shooting specifically, it has a very generous sort of like auto aim, which will probably make it somewhat difficult for me to get the one achievement where you're supposed to kill like 5 guys with like weak spot attacks, just because the lock-on doesn't really go for their weak spot. And to break out of the lock-on and then like do manual aiming, I'm not ever going to be very good at that. With a mouse and keyboard, I'd probably get it more easily, if not very easily. And the thing is, I just really like every other thing about this game played with a controller. This, to me, is 100% a controller game. I am... Okay, so yeah, we are close, but we've got to get further underground to get this. I feel like the only, like, style of third-person game that I really would not be of the controller variety is something that's top-down or isometric. Like, yeah, you could play something like Shadow Tactics or Baldur's Gate 3, Divinity Original Sin 2, and they actually play really well with the controller. If you are currently playing, like, Baldur's Gate 3 on Xbox or PlayStation, I think it's probably a great experience. I haven't tried that with a controller, but can we get to that? Based on the control layout for Divinity Original Sin 2, they did a really great job of adapting that to a controller. As good as they did, mouse and keyboard just feels so much more natural when you are running around from that sort of like top-down perspective. For most other like over-the-shoulder third-person games, this, Tomb Raider, Uncharted, The Last of Us, Mass Effect, these are all games like Mass Effect is primarily a shooter. I just feel like it just works better for me with a controller. Oh, it's a haunted doll. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay. Now we can go uncork the haunted chest. Side-scrolling games also are big, like, play it with a controller energy for me. So, I mean, let's still go get this. The question mark, but I want to uncork that chest because it's going to have some cool loot for us. And you guys, we also have the key for the lockbox inside of Flora's watchtower. I would like to remember to get that as well. Yeah, we can keep doing this all day, buddy.
Have a bit of this.
One of the paths that I've taken in the upgrade tree is like every possible plus 20% for those quick switch attacks, and
Just me, or?
I felt it too.
as a result, I should probably be doing them as often as possible. Okay, not even close. And that one was more on target, but still missed. Caroluna just doesn't get how you can prefer to play any game where aiming is a thing where the controller... For this game, it's the fact that... For this game... It's the fact that the combat is 90% not shooting at things. Shooting at things is often, you know, is a thing, but the way that it sort of like quick scopes in and like just zeroes in on the torso makes it feel really good even then. When it comes to Mass Effect, it's the all of the things that aren't the combat.
Swarming specters. Force them to appear with the right words of power.
So this is going to be a make manifest. It's like the conversation wheel in particular absolutely feels like it's made for a controller.
Reveal your true self.
And also in Mass Effect, I bet that you could really easily switch between them. Okay, so we're going to want to do more of those.
Watch out. Spectre possession.
They brought more friends. Stubborn bastard.
Nope.
Hogging all the fun.
Can I get to this one?
Yeah, I think this guy's got like a raid shield or something that we need to get past.
Ask for help if you need it.
Okay, I don't want to be between these two guys.
That one is shielded.
So is it the Alpha Tormented that is causing the shield, or is that just... just gets a rage power. Again, for anybody watching, when it says more damage from charge attacks, it's not just more, it's most damage from charge attacks. And anything less is usually very inefficient in terms of your return on investment for the swing.
You're in its sights, Red.
Nope! I could not quite cancel out of that.
It's about to shoot.
Yes, it is.
Not the sound of the corpse cocking its gun.
There we go. Okay, nope. Hold on. Please drink.
Ask for help if you need it.
Okay. Hopefully, yes, Nest Silt. That's what we need for our upgrades. Cyber Exile says, does the combat in this feel similar to God of War? So God of War is... I've shared in the past, I feel like the closest match for me is Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice? Whatever the Hellblade game is, the first Hellblade game.
Yes. Something's here.
If you haven't played that, then God of War is another close match. I feel like the difference for me in God of War is that God of War, like, surprisingly, ranged combat is more of a thing in that game because Kratos has a number of attacks right off the jump that just really benefit from hitting a guy at distance, but there's a lot of crossover.
What is lurking here?
Time to work, Banisher.
What is lurking here? There are all of these points in the map where they are aware of stuff. So the combat, I'm trying to pinpoint exactly what it is that doesn't make me say that, like, God of War is it. God of War feels a little bit more visceral. Like everything has a little bit more weight to it in God of War. But no, it is very fun. Yeah, this game... Like, the other thing that you might compare it to is, like, Vampire, which was the previous 3D action game from Don't Nod, the same studio. And the difference is Vampire was probably a little bit more... It wasn't like this. It wasn't so much, like, over the shoulder. It was more like... I want to say more like Ninja Gaiden, but nowhere near as fast or fluid. Like, it had a lot more, like, it was a lot slower, but it was much more like XXXY style combat, whereas this is all on the shoulder buttons, and you've got your quick swipe, you've got your quick swipes, you've got your, like, you know, quick change where you follow up with a big, like, haymaker punch, you've got your yell, you know, you've got all of these abilities which, when chained together, feel really excellent when they come off. And usually when they don't come off, it's because I've just chosen to use them at not a very good time. But yes, the actual combat feels really good when you're playing it. This is on normal difficulty. This is one of those games. You know how sometimes you're playing a game where you just have the sense, based on how it's put together, that it would scale really well to, like, a harder or an easier difficulty level? Like, it just feels very well put together. I'm very satisfied to play this game on normal. I think if I'd chosen to play it on hard, I would also be having a good time. Like, with Vampire, I don't know that Vampire would have scaled as well. This doesn't look like it. Oh, and the compass is just really well done. Like, how do I get to where I'm trying to go? You can count on one hand the number of times that I've been, like, turned around. Which, actually, one of them is happening right now. Oh, because I didn't follow it down here. Also, Patin was saying Horizon in melee in Horizon is like 5% of the game. I actually did a lot of melee in the recent Horizon, Forbidden West. But yeah, that game is mostly ranged for sure. I want to do this one. But like there, to Caroluna's point, I believe I would have been
spirit, leave now.
better overall at the range combat with mouse and keyboard, but the way that the character moves through the world, all the platforming, all like the navigation stuff. Oh, hello. This is the first new set of armor we've had in a long time. Retaliation armor. I see lots of green. We would lose some wrath and persistence. Not so much that it's a crisis, and some spirit. I can do without the spirit. We'd be okay with that. And we gain a little bit of strength. Pretty solid amount of vitality and health. And then our physical percentage goes up. And our spiritual percentage does not go down, which is important to me. Parrying increases the damage of the next heavy attack by 100%. I am very bad at the parrying in this game. What's the current one? Defeating an enemy with the manifestation increases the damage of the next light attack and heavy attack by 50%. So that relies on your ability to kill guys with the manifestations, which I don't do that often at all. Like, that's basically her yell. When she does her yell. Anything less than that, I'm usually not killing them with a manifestation. It's just punching them to death. So this would not be a bad thing to wear. Oh, I really dislike it, though. I don't want to wear this. I want to wear this. I'm going to keep on this for now, but we'll just try to be better about killing guys with manifestations. We might switch to his heavier armor. It is a better set for my playstyle, but I just don't like the way that it looks. Patin's saying that the compass looks like it was taken from God of War, that it's very similar. Oh, we can open this now. I'm relatively sure. I think we found that key. And speaking of compass, it's a little confused on where to go. But here we are. Here we are now. Hello to Cyber Exile, by the way. I hope that you're having a good Saturday. And if there's any... There isn't like God of War. It's like... God of War is a solid comparison, but... I don't know. I don't know what it is.
A corpse and it wants it for its own.
Wait, did we kick that guy to death? I thought I was going to get back up. Maybe it was just like the way that the enemy attacks worked in God of War. I felt better with the parries there, and I wasn't great. I wasn't great with the parrying, but I did feel a little bit more solid on it. Maybe that's because the enemies were more solid. Like, one cool thing about the Spectres in this game is that they can be a little bit difficult to lock onto, especially the dudes that, like, teleport, like, do that short-range teleport. Those guys, like, they'll wind up for a hit, and then they will suddenly bamf and, like, come at you from a completely different direction. And that is extremely good at interrupting whatever I thought I was going to be doing. Yeah, as Batikin says, the parrying in God of War feels very satisfying. Yeah, God of War Ragnarok is coming up. Like, that's on deck. It's definitely on the short list for 2024 here. Okay, now let's check out this weapon set. Balanced Veil. Lots of green. We lose some wisdom, but we gain everything else. Wisdom does what for us? It's punch attack. So we lose some wisdom. Hitting an enemy with heavy attacks reduce the cooldowns of manifestations by 15%. I don't think I have any reason not to go with this. The wisdom is punch attack, isn't it? And perfect switch damage. Oh, man, I hate to see that one go down, but the thing is, as we do more nests and other, like, things, it will continue to go up. We can upgrade it some more. Do we have what we need to upgrade it? Let's buy some silver and then hope to find or bought from witches. I need to go find some witches. We need to do some commerce. And Wrath is her manifestation damage. What else goes up? Persistence and spirit. So it's better overall for Antea, but the thing is, it's not bad for red. Yeah, we'll switch. We'll switch to that set. Patine says Ragnarok is great, and getting 100% was very satisfying for him. What's the last game that I got 100% on? I consider in my head that I got 100% in Forbidden West. The game might disagree, and the viewers might disagree, I don't know. Because I didn't, like, upgrade... I didn't collect every weapon set. I didn't upgrade every weapon to, like, maximum level. That is... that's a bit too much in that game. But I did every map marker that I could find, got every collection, I think. I think I got every collectible in the game. And uncovered the entire map. If there was some, like, Omni armor that was out there that I could have gotten, I don't think I'm aware of. Oh, you know what I didn't do? And this is not a spoiler. There's a whole bunch of optional combat challenges in an arena that is, like, completely separate from the story, and I really didn't go down that track at all. So, yeah, if you want to consider that necessary for 100%... Oh, speaking of which, let's do this. We will get at least one round of,
These remains call
attribute
for a ritual
upgrades.
and a lot of caution.
Carolina says the last time that he 100%ed a game was a long time ago. What about, like, Factorio? Is that one of the games that you have, like, 100%? I would say less important than when did you do it last is, like, what games have you 100%ed? Because 100%ing a Telltale game is not the same as 100%ing Factorio. Or, like, Final Fantasy XIV. This is Summon Scourge, right? Question mark? I feel like it is. No!
My voice commands you! Unveil!
God damn it.
Are you losing your edge?
Okay, this is the only other credible option.
Present yourself!
Inner got all the achievements for Factorio.
Lantern, rifle, now! Think you could take on a ghost? On your toes, Scotsman.
I'd say that's the other one piece of feedback that I've shared before. It's curious to me that all of the perfect switches are from red to Antea, but unless I've just consistently missed this, there are no perfect switches from Antea to red. And that's not like a problem, it's just I wonder why.
Get rid of the other spectre first.
Did we miss a few?
Change tack. Get the hell out of there!
Okay, hold on.
They're feeding off their own rage. Get rid of the other spectre.
I did not intend to do that. I was more aiming at
Watch
the
your
wolf.
step. Change tack. Shift your...
The other thing that I think is really cool about the combat system is that Antea can be disabled but not killed, because like that's sort of like an experience that she's already been through. So functionally, you've got 2 health bars that you can interact with Red's being the one that you mostly have to monitor.
Lantern, rifle, now!
This bike's not easily chewed.
This isn't over yet.
Okay, I think we knocked Cubic Gold Digger out of his body. I think.
Change targets. Tormented first.
Ow. Whoops, sorry. Was that a... Okay. Hold on.
Bloody mongrel.
Get rid of the other Spectre first.
Okay. Gold Digger is so close to being dispelled here. Alright. Yeah, I was aware... Oh, and there's our Elite Gem. We can definitely do an upgrade to our weapon set now. The new one that we got. I was very aware that the direction there was more ensnare and rifle damage. At issue was, usually it takes me a second to, like, just get dialed in on a shot. And also, I wanted to... Ensnare has a very long cooldown. So we can redo this. So far, I haven't really been focused on the redos. Caroluna has not gotten 100% in any of the farming sims. So I guess he's not a real fan at all then. Just the, like, 8,000 hours combined in all of them. Caroluna says he may have finished Factorio, but not 100%ed it. So let's... I think that's everything for this region. Like, this feels like where we're gonna head back to town now. So I'm going to set a course for Hunter's Spot. I like the way that they handle the hunting spots in this. Sorry, the rest spots here.
Make you angry.
Specifically, it reminds me of Forbidden West, where you can't just go out into the wilderness forever. You do, like, at some point, you have to go back to town. And where in Forbidden West, it was to sort of, like, restock and resupply and pick things up and maybe do your crafting. In this game, it's to level up, and that's your main fast travel point. In Forbidden West, you can, like, spend a fast travel point pack to fast travel from wherever you happen to be standing. Except for, like, one exception where I just, like, literally hit the wrong button. I always prefer to go back to a campsite because I like the idea that it ties your character to some sort of civilization. You're not just Johnny Badass that can go out and live off the land indefinitely and, like, you know, civilization is just sort of an afterthought to them. Yeah, you, like anybody else, needs to, like, rest and recuperate every once in a while. They sleep just like we do. Okay, we've already looked at that. Yeah, let's head back to town. Oh, well, let's see if we can do our upgrades. So, I recently realized that now we can actually do the other side of these. I had always thought it was a one-way thing, so... let's look at the tree that we don't have, because I'd like to unlock these options as well. Damage taken is reduced by 5%. It's okay. Damage dealt by Antea is increased by 30%, but damage taken by Red is increased by 15%. I feel okay about that. I'm gonna do it. And then, yeah, we'll look at those later when I can actually afford them. Okay. So for some reason we can't do the weapon upgrade. What am I missing? Oh, the silver. So we've got one elite gem. I think I want to upgrade the weapon set to maybe start to improve some of the stuff that was lost. Or make it better in other ways. But also this Bane ring, really low level. So let's get some linen. Yeah, we'll get some linen and silver. Here I don't have enough nest silt, so we couldn't do it anyway. And if we wanted to do the armor... So this would take up all my nest silt. What does this specifically give us? This goes up in strength, wrath, and persistence. So it's more damage. It's more damage for both of them. Which is really good. Is wrath... That's not... That's manifestation damage. But still. And then the persistence is the persistence. That's fine. Physical resistance goes up. I really feel like I want to have the weapon set, though. Yeah, we will do the armor later on after I get a little bit more nest silt. So let's go to... Wait, was there anything that I did want to do in here? No. So we're going to go get the parts that I need for the ring and the other thing. Let's fast travel. Oops. Crap. Can I skip the animation? I pressed the wrong button, sorry. Pategan's still on a quest to get all of the Killing Floor 2 achievements. Alright, we're gonna head back to Fort Jericho shelter. Caroluna's saying, in my case, 6,000 to 7,000 hours is spread over 6 games, each having their own achievements. That's for farming sim specifically. Yeah, it was, I think, a previous episode of this. After the episode was done, I ran down the Steam list of, like, what games have I played the most hours in, and was very surprised to find that, like, Riftbreaker was really high on the list. Stellaris has a lot of hours that aren't counted, but would probably be higher on the list. And then what was the other one? There was one that was, like, in the top 5. I was like, wow, I had no idea that I spent that much time with it. I want the market. There are fewer markets now than there used to be, but we still got one. Wait, why do I feel like this is going to be up on a hill? Okay, hopefully, yes, here we go. I wonder if we could have asked Helen Priest about Flora.
Banishers. Excuse the clatter.
I've seen worse. Good day to you, Helen.
I did not count on seeing you two again. I take it you've returned for a reason?
Things have been feverish round here, to say the least. Are you bearing up?
As well as can be expected.
How well is that exactly?
People are dying for no apparent reason, and this godforsaken fort dangles out over the edge of the world, cut off from everywhere. I fight so the stockade stays standing. The ship is wrecking, but I was called to be captain. I hold the wheel. So yes, Banisher, I am bearing up as well as can be expected.
A presence yet surrounds you. Could explain why you feel so burdened.
I carry my grief with me. I live with a family that is no longer here. You made sure of that?
Could his husk still be present? It will be drawn to you.
No, it could not.
Something is present. Something weighs on you.
I'm busy, Banishers. Busy means tired, that's all.
I've mailed for the fort. The messenger didn't make it. But I'm glad to make his delivery for him.
Mail? From who?
I don't know. Family? Friends? They seem to come from outside New Eden.
Ah, from before. They could be good for morale, or they could ruin it. Well, thank you.
There's more. The messenger bore the payroll for the train band.
I'm glad to hand it over.
Well now, that is a pleasant surprise. That will boost morale and no mistake. Thank you, Banishers. Thank you.
So I remember the letters and the payroll. I didn't realize that that was like a thing we could do to deliver it. That's actually really cool.
Running this fort on your own can be no easy task. How are things going?
Busy. Vardy Miller has been on my case about opening more trading routes. We're all trying to make do, and he's trying to make work. Mind you, it's not a half-bad idea. We need the supplies. I've sent letters to the Harrows, but had no reply. I wish I knew why.
You might have better luck with the Newsmith party in the Darkwoods. Kate Newsmith is in charge there now.
Interesting. Thank you for the tip.
By any chance, might you have anything useful in your inventory to sell?
Have a look and decide for yourself.
So I suspect part of that was picking up a brand new quest from her about her presence. Her dead husband, Sebastian, was previously like lingering around, but then we found out that wasn't him. He hasn't been around, he hasn't been seen since then. And she's acting like he's just gone forever. Let's take a quick look though, because I needed some silver. Yes, 8 pieces of silver. Okay, did we need anything else? I think that we needed some linen, but she doesn't appear to sell that. Yeah, I would need, what, 24, 34, 28 pieces of linen. I did a terrible job. 24, 34. Yeah, 28 pieces of linen, I think. But the issue is she doesn't sell that. Yeah, I suspect the person that sold linen is no longer with us.
We'll look into your spectral stains.
If you feel the need, then sure. Suit yourself.
Yeah, and handing over the money that was never ours, I am very comfortable with that. We're going to, like, select this, but I think that we will probably actually inspect the Flickering Love next time. Let's head back to our thing. I want to do that upgrade. Inventory, yes. So it was the weapon set. Reduces the cooldowns of manifestations. Yeah, I'm not good at hitting people with the heavy attacks unless specifically directed, but anything that will reduce the cost of her like the cooldown on her yell or her ensnare, because they just have really long cooldowns, so it seems pretty worthwhile on that. Ghastly Concretion. I don't think she sells that. Or bought from witches. Yeah, we don't have that. Okay, so the next thing would just be find the linen, or buy the linen. And we can definitely buy it in the Dark Woods, so it's not, like, unobtainable. Yeah, remember when we found the letters? That was... I think that was part of the quest where the two brothers had, like, killed that dude. Well, one of them. It was a team effort. Anyway, I wasn't thinking that that would link so directly back over to actual Fort Jericho, but there we go. So, we're gonna call it there, exit out to the main menu, and send a raid over to Samalander. Thank you guys for joining me for this early morning episode of Banishers. I had a really, really good time. We might be playing more of it later today, or we might do some more Persona or something else. But it's weird to say that this is my, like, chill out and relax game when the story content can be so weighty like it was this time. But when you get to encounter a character, like we did today, and then resolve that particular issue in the way that we did today, doesn't it just feel right? Doesn't it feel like your day has gotten off to a good start? That's how I feel about it. So let's take that good energy over to Samalander. We'll see you over there, and then hopefully for some more Banishers very soon. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.